Welcome back to Team Talk Online Football Show with myself, Daps. We've got Michael with us and we've got Yus with us. And their Instagram handles are somewhere around here. Yeah. So guys, don't forget to keep using the hashtag Team Talk Online. And just keep getting back at us with your predictions, with your thoughts, everything. So now what we're going to do is get into the weekend fixtures. And good run of games this weekend.
Yeah.
We're going to start off with the Arsenal-West Ham. And you're an Arsenal fan, right?
I am indeed.
And what were your thoughts on the game?
You know what? Going into it, it was a must-win. Mm-hmm. Coming off 2 defeats, I didn't actually see the whole game. I watched the highlights. I felt, you know what? I was talking to Michael upstairs, because he was actually there, and he told me that it was shocking. It was shocking. I thought the defending again was comical at times.
But would you say a lot of that has still got to do with the fact that it's going to take time to get the bad habits out?
So we've got a new manager. The thing about me is, because obviously we were talking earlier about judging the season so far. We're 3 games in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've had 2 tough games against City and Chelsea. We've got a new manager who's trying to implement his playing style, his philosophy, his tactics on a new team, some new players. So it's going to take time for us to, get into the groove, exactly. So it's hard to judge, but we needed the 3 points. That's what I'm happy about.
Yeah.
We got 3 points. Hopefully we can kick off from now and get some results on our belt.
Okay, and Michael, Man United supporter,
yes.
But you were at the game.
Yes.
Undercover Arsenal supporter, great stuff.
Football fan.
But
football fans.
yeah, what was your take on the match? Positives.
Positives. We won.
And that's literally the only positive you saw.
I watched about 60 minutes. I couldn't stay for the whole game for other reasons. But like I was telling you upstairs, you know where Arsenal went through that phase of playing great football and winning things, then went to just playing great football and not winning things. I thought the football on Saturday was poor. Like, players just weren't on the same page. The chemistry looked off. Like, it was a disappointment because I've been in Emirates a few times and I'm a football fan. I enjoy watching good football. I didn't see that from Arsenal. I thought they were very lucky to win, because if West Ham had their shooting boots on, it could have been like 2-3 down in the first half.
Especially at the beginning of the second half. They had quite a few chances.
Exactly. So either side of that half time, they were onto you, and it could have been a completely different story. Something that definitely needs to be addressed, because it's a must-win game, and it should be an easy fixture.
Yeah, it should be.
Do you know what I mean? It's a different story. 3-1 doesn't tell the story.
Okay, but looking at the game, if you had to look and say, this is a positive moving forward, we've got this to build on, would you be able to pick out anything?
No. Honestly, like, seriously, I think I messaged Spence and I told him that you lot were poor, and obviously banter, I'll say Arsenal crap, whatnot, but genuinely I thought you were poor, and I've not seen you look poor like that for a long time, especially against who you was playing against.
Were Arsenal better against
Chelsea? Million%.
Better against Man City, would you say?
No, against Chelsea.
But not the Man City match.
No, Man City.
The point I'm trying to get at is because Arsenal are under new management. Don't you think that you're going to have a good couple games where it just doesn't work, where it's going to be a lot of bad times, and this might just be one of those games, especially because there's only 3 games in.
No, this is growing pains. It's going to take time, as I said before, for us to get under, Emery's rule and start playing his way.
But listen, you won. I mean, you played badly and won, so that's a great thing. That's always a positive, to play badly and still get the win.
Because in the past, I've also been criticised for that, not getting wins when they're playing badly. And United historically have been good at that.
Exactly.
Playing poor and but getting that 1-0 win at the end.
We'll get to United.
You know what I mean?
We'll get to United soon.
But I thought, like you asked Mike about positive take from the game. Mm-hmm. I believe we've got a decent squad, especially going forward. Yeah. And if Emery can get the best out of those attacking players, then I think we'll be good. There's a lot of kinks in the defence to work out, but I reckon they can be sorted out.
And quickly before we move on, what's your take on? I've picked up Guendouzi.
Yeah.
What are your initial impressions on him?
No, he's a good player. I like his passing. I like his willingness to
He's hungry.
and his willingness to call for the ball. Like he's always wanting the ball. He always wants to get involved. He don't hide at all.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that he's starting him. Not because he's not good, because he's 19. There's players ahead of him in the squad, but that must tell me a lot about.
Don't you
him as a
also
player.
think
if
that
Emery's going to start him over Ramsey, for example?
But sorry, very quickly before we do move on. In the past, a big criticism of football in England is that not enough teams blood these youngsters early, whereas abroad, you know, they're
He's from abroad anyway. I think that's more of blood the youngsters from.
But Arsenal have been known for breeding youngsters from early.
Okay.
No?
So one positive, Lacazette, when he came on, changed the game for you.
Yeah.
I think Lacazette should be starting. Well, to be fair, I think it should be Lacazette and Aubameyang. But right now, Lacazette looks hungrier than Aubameyang.
Okay.
I think that's because he's come off the bench, so he has to prove something.
Aubameyang kind of looks fed up. I don't know if I'm.
What I've been seeing from Aubameyang is that he's frustrated. Like he needs that first goal.
Yeah, he does. He does.
He just needs that first goal. It's probably one of those where
he should have been the one against Chelsea that he skied.
Yeah, but hopefully it comes for him.
It'll come.
On to the next game, which was maybe like a big shock of the weekend. Wolves, Man City, 1-1. How do we think Wolves played? Wolves got a lot of credit for how they defended and their approach to to Manchester City, in regards to them pressing high and not being afraid in possession. But at the same time, they could have also got battered.
Yeah.
So, watching that game, what did you think of Wolves' approach?
I didn't get to watch it fully and concentrate because I was at the Emirates at the time.
Yeah.
It was the early kickoff, wasn't it? But from what I saw, something I kind of said last season, when teams like have a go at City and aren't scared, you get something out of it. There was someone last season, I can't remember who it was, who showed them up. Was it in the cup? Wigan, thank you. You just got to have that. Like, it's 11 against 11. Go for it. Obviously, you got to have something behind you, or you're going to be exposed. But just go for it. And I think Wolves this season going to be very tricky side.
They play
tricky
They
side.
play really, really, really good football.
Yeah,
have you seen much
very
of
good
Wigan? Wigan. Sorry, much of Wolves.
Wolves, I missed the game actually. I actually missed match of the day.
You missed match of the day.
Match of the day.
Shocking.
So I've seen
Absolutely shocking.
I've seen a few highlights, but I missed match of the day, so I didn't see that game.
What are we saying in terms of City? Have we seen already that it's going to be harder for them to actually walk the league this year? Is that mainly because?
I don't think so.
Is that mainly because Liverpool are going to put the pressure, or because maybe if they're going to struggle to reach those heights?
For me, nothing has happened this season so far. Remember, we're only 3 games in.
Yeah.
To show me that Man City are not going to do the same thing that they done last season. And I don't really see anyone else apart from Liverpool, maybe Tottenham, challenging them.
You think Tottenham up there?
Not challenging them for the title, but in the mix.
Really?
In the mix.
And do you think that they might not do things different, but the approach that the opposition take with them is going to be
of course
very different.
If that's not the case, then the rest of the teams ain't doing their job right. You know what I mean? Like, you've had a season to figure out how they play, and what to do to try and beat them. So it'll be more difficult because they've won the league already, and teams should know how to go about trying to beat them. So it'll be tougher, but I still think City are strong enough to walk the league again.
Yeah. You think they're gonna walk it?
Not walk it like they did, but near enough walk it. I don't right now. Obviously, it's early, innit?
Yeah.
But do you see them not doing the same thing they done last season?
Yeah. To be fair, yeah, you're right.
Like, I mean, there's nothing to suggest otherwise right now.
Okay. So now we're gonna quickly move on to Chelsea, Newcastle.
Cool.
Obviously, Chelsea managed to get the goal in the final moments of the game. 2-1. Chelsea, what are we saying about them in that game?
I mean, it was a difficult task because the way Newcastle was set up, it was hard for them to break it down. But at the end of the day, they've gone away and they've got the 3 points. I think Chelsea, another team, I think they're going to do pretty well this season, as they do.
Yeah.
I think it'll be them up there for the top 4. You expect them to get results like that. I don't. They were fortunate.
Yeah.
Could have gone either way, but they done what they needed to do.
Yeah.
Hazard looking
Yeah.
Looking really bright.
I was just
Looking
about to.
really
I
bright.
was just about to come to you and ask about that.
You know, Hazard, it's a weird one with me. I rate him highly, but I don't rate him as much as others for some reason.
A lot of people love him.
I just don't put him up there. Like the other day, I saw a list of I can't remember who put the list out. It was their top foreign players that playing in the Premier League.
Was that in shirt? Was it?
I can't remember who it was, and he put Henri.
Was it Paul Merson?
Oh, no.
I mean, not Paul Merson. Sorry,
He put,
Craig Bellamy and Stuart Pearce.
I think so. It's Henri, C. Ronaldo, and Hazard. Of all time, I'm thinking Hazard. Really, I don't think he's there. I don't think he's there with them, man.
Yeah,
I think he's done enough of that. No,
Yeah.
you can't. No.
but there's no denying that he has actually started the season. Like,
Oh no,
I mean, from the World Cup.
He's a great
Because
player.
he was flying through the
He's a
World
great player,
Cup.
but I just
Yeah.
don't rate him as highly as others. I don't know why, but I just don't.
what does he need to do like this season? What would you need to see from him?
Consistency.
Consistency. I think he needs to win something big. I think he needs to not carry the team, but he needs to be the obvious main man for me. I mean, like the one that they look to, even though they do at the moment, but they look to him and he comes through with the goods.
Yeah, that's what I think he needs. Yeah, they need
Yeah.
to look to him, and he needs to always come through.
Yeah, come through with the
be
goods.
consistent
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
time, not just have little flashes here or there. But
Yeah.
I mean, start of the season, take my hat off to him. Of the World Cup, take my hat off to him.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he's been doing bits.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, well, we'll just have to wait and see what he does this season. I mean, if he continues how he started off, then I think we're in for a very big season with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Onto another one of the challengers, Liverpool. Obviously, 1-0 against Brighton.
Big Liverpool.
Hard game for them.
Definitely.
Obviously, Mo Salah with the goal. Mo Salah, do we see him continuing that goal scoring form of
From
last
last
season?
season. Yes and no. He might not be as prolific, but I see him bagging a lot of goals. Yes.
Same. I think he's going to be up there because a lot of his goals is down to how he plays, and he's still doing the same thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Keita, I'm sure we spoke about him. Last week. How big a part of Liverpool's season do you think he's going to play?
Do you know what? Not even him. Do you know who I think? I mean, he will play a big part because he
They can say
looks so
Trent
comfortable.
Arnold.
The whole back four.
Sorry, very quickly. Did anyone see Trent Arnold's ping?
That technique.
Yeah. Like that deserves a special,
the angle.
special
He
shout.
dropped the shoulder and it was disgusting. It was
Ridiculous.
disgusting.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Great technique. The whole back four, the whole back five. Because there's always been that thing with Liverpool being able to score goals but not defend.
Yeah.
They look great. They haven't conceded yet.
Yeah.
Van Dijk, Joe Gomez, very impressed with him. Alexander-Arnold, Robertson. They're just, it's a jolly up for them.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. It's a jolly up, and I think that's one thing that kind of scares me more than them going forward and
It's the
scoring
fact
goals.
that they're able to.
They're shutting people
Yeah.
out.
Very quickly for rounding up, Henderson for you. Should they fit him into the team as captain, or should they continue to pursue without him? Obviously, he's still a part of the squad, and it's a long season.
Me, I don't really rate Henderson that highly, so
Yeah.
continue without him.
Continue without him.
Yeah.
Okay.
To me, he's too rigid and just
He's rubbish.
one-dimensional, man. Like, I don't really rate him.
Okay.
I don't
Cool.
really rate him.
But yeah, guys, that's it for this segment. We're going to be back soon with the start. No, sorry. We're going to be back soon with the debate. And then we've got a good one for you this week. Welcome back. Don't forget, hashtag TeamTalkOnline. Let us know what you're thinking of the show. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know whether you agree or disagree. This segment, we're going to get into the debate. This week, we're going to talk about Tottenham and United. The reason why we're going to talk about them is because obviously Tottenham have they failed to actually add anyone to their squad, and United also they added 3 players, I think it was.
Yeah.
Defender, Fred,
Let's not talk about the
Defender.
third one though, innit?
and League One,
League One.
the goalkeeper.
Still goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper.
Oh, wow.
So obviously they've added them. So neither have added how you would expect them to have added to their squad. But Pochettino has, decided to just get on with it, use the squad he's got, and improve them. Whereas Mourinho has now come and he's basically just moaned and not got on with it.
Guys lost the plot.
So obviously both of them went head to head yesterday. What did we think of the game? I'm going to start with you because you support United.
First half, I thought we played well. No, it was an exciting first half. We didn't play well per se, but
Don't you think
we
you lot had the
created
better?
chances.
You had the better of the first half.
Yeah, we had the better first half. We created more chances. It was a bit more fluid. It looked more like a United home game.
Yeah.
And then two
happened?
sucker punches.
What happened in the second half?
Corner, no one's on the front post. The basics, isn't it? I mean, someone was near the front post. I'm not going to mention his name, but same person who missed that open goal in the beginning. And then the second goal, just two soccer punches, and that's it. We just couldn't recover. We couldn't recover.
Are we saying? I mean, we've spoken about this before, but obviously the problems keep coming to the forefront again in terms of United's defence. Is Mourinho right to feel some type of way about not having the personnel, not being able to bring defenders in and strengthen, or is it a thing where he needs to just get the best out of them, or are they just not good enough to do the job he wants?
I think it's both. I think as a manager, if you want to bring certain players in and you can't, obviously you're going to be frustrated. But at the end of the day, if you haven't brought the players that you want in, you have to work with what's there. So you have to stop sulking and get on with it and work with what's there. Yeah. At the end of the day, but are they good enough? I don't think Man United have a top tier defence.
We don't. That's shocking.
Who would you say their best defender is?
Eric
Bailly.
Yeah, by far.
Some might
but
say
even
I don't even think he's. I think.
Like last season, he got
a big injury and he was out for a while.
But some might say with Eric Bailly that he's still a bit rash.
Yeah, he needs a leader next to him. He's not a number one.
And there's like a number two.
He's number two, but a very good number two. And I think there's too many number two defenders around.
Do you have even one?
What, a number one?
Yeah.
No. What? No. Jones, Smalling, and Lindell.
What are your thoughts on Lindell?
He's not good enough.
Not good enough. You don't think maybe
no.
Last year he's had his bedding in period now?
Did you see him yesterday? I'm not even talking about this season, but did you see him last night?
But also, some might say
he's
coming into the game, so he's not had the proper preparation.
These guys are professional footballers, elite footballers. They're getting paid hundreds of thousands of pounds a week to do a job. There's no excuse. If you go into your job tomorrow and just come into the office, so you get straight on with it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not having that.
I think there's too many excuses in football.
There's too many excuses. The players are protected too much.
Get on with it.
On Tottenham though, Lucas Moura obviously scored 2 yesterday.
Yeah.
Obviously they bought him last year.
I don't know why people are surprised by him, because I thought he was.
Last season, was he injured or something?
No, they just didn't fancy him.
No.
He didn't play.
But obviously he's settled in now, and he looked lively yesterday.
Yeah.
Is he basically like a new signing, and how well do we think he's going to be?
I think he's a new signing because I forgot he played for them.
Yeah, he came in. Remember, he came in January though. He didn't come out.
I thought he played for them, so I was like, "Well, who's this guy?" Nah, new signing for them definitely. He's going to give him something extra up top, because at the moment, without Kane, who's getting you goals? Really? Obviously, you can get goals from Son and
Son's on national duty,
whoever, but it was Kane and nobody else. Now you've got two viable options up top.
Okay, and also on Tottenham, obviously they didn't sign anyone, but when you look at their squad yesterday, they've got players who they were looking to get rid of or open to selling. So you had the players like Danny Rose.
Yeah.
Toby came in, Toby Alderweireld, and had a fantastic game.
Great game.
Yeah. But the one I'm going to highlight now, whose picture should come up somewhere here, is Moussa Dembele. Obviously they wanted to get rid. They were open to him leaving.
He wanted more money, didn't he?
And now that he's actually there, where are we ranking Dembele in terms of players in the league in his position? Can anyone else really do his job?
What is his job?
He's a DM, isn't it?
Nah,
is he a DM?
You class him as a DM?
I think he's a bit of both, but because he's that strong physical presence,
good on the ball as well.
Good on the ball,
doesn't lose the ball at all.
He can be. He's not a DM, but he can be a DM. He can be a DM.
Is he the sort of player that can just do both sides?
Yeah.
And make it look really, really good?
Yeah.
Were you surprised when you heard that Tottenham were actually looking to
get rid of him?
Get rid.
I don't know. I mean, I think it was more of a, obviously his contract's running down, isn't he? And it was more of a business move than a footballing move, because he wants more money. They're not willing to give him more money, so you got to cut your losses somewhere. So that doesn't surprise me. But he's a. I don't think they should get rid of him. That's not a smart move. That's not a smart move.
That time when Pogba was looking to leave,
would I take him?
Would you have sold Pogba for all that money that was being touted around?
Personally,
and replaced Dembele?
I wouldn't. No,
you wouldn't bring Dembele into
as a replacement for Pogba.
No.
Why not?
Because
Because he's not good enough
Dembele's not good enough.
to be a replacement for Pogba. No.
Who has the this is all opinions.
Yeah.
Who has the biggest effect on games in the league, Dembele or Pogba? I'm not saying who's got the most ability, because obviously Pogba has all the
It's hard to
ability.
judge Pogba right now because he's under this Mourinho cloud. So and Mourinho's not getting the
You
best
know
out of
what?
him.
He's another one. People are making too
But-
much excuses for him, man.
Pogba at his best is better than.
But
Dembele.
how many times have you seen Pogba at his best?
It's Mourinho's fault, bruv.
It's Mourinho's fault.
Not entirely, but he's a part of the problem, obviously.
Okay, so even if he's a part of the problem,
Yeah.
you now look at Dembele,
Yeah.
who consistently gives you a 7 or 8
Yeah.
out of 10
Yeah.
every. You don't think so?
No. Do you know what? The reason why I say that is because towards the end of last season, start of last season actually, I thought, I'm going to watch Dembele. Even though he was coming back from an injury and whatnot, and he was finding his groove, I just feel like I want to see a bit more. And the reason why I wouldn't bring him in to replace Pogba is because Pogba, even though he's not consistent, will get them goals and assists. Dembele is not chipping in with none of that. Do you know what I mean? I feel we've got other players. If you said, would you bring in Dembele to replace Matic or Herrera? Yeah, 1,000,000%. But I just feel with Pogba, he's got a different set of abilities, which he doesn't produce more often enough.
And that's my point. Like, how do you get the best out of Pogba? Because yesterday I saw him playing from the right, getting frustrated. I saw him. He could come back in. He gets frustrated. Like, what is it that you need to do to get?
To me, play him as number 10.
You think that's what Pogba
Yeah,
is?
I think play him as number 10 and have Matic and maybe Herrera behind him.
Yeah, I think you need to have two solid players holding behind him, and
So you basically just have to give him the freedom to just do what he likes.
Well, what do you want from him? If you want that type of the Juventus Pogba, then I think you've got to give him that. If you want the France thing, then he's sitting and he's got to be disciplined.
But some might say that even for France, he didn't really have the greatest of tournaments.
He didn't have a great
No,
tournament, but
never.
he done what he needed to do.
Never.
He played every game, so he done well enough.
I mean, if he played every game, then he must have had a good tournament.
I mean, if you're there's players who started and who got dragged. Think about the first Dembele, the one who's at Barcelona, started in the first game, didn't he? I can't remember the starting lineup, but there were a few players who started in that first because they weren't even going with Giroud, were they? And then they've said no, they've dropped them, and then they've continued them. So he's done something well enough to play in every game in the tournament.
Yeah.
For the World Cup winning team. As far as I'm concerned, he might not have been, excellent, but he's done something.
To be
well
fair,
enough.
I think he's one of the first names on the team sheet anyway.
Who, Pogba?
Yeah.
What for
But
Man
is
U
that-
or
is that-
France?
for France?
For France?
Yeah.
I mean,
No, you don't think so?
I mean, he is, but that's.
Yeah, he is.
I feel like that's just because of
No, but
What, who he
the
is?
brand of
Nah,
Pogba.
I don't
but
think
thing
so.
is,
I don't
I
think
think
so.
it's because of the
The
brand
thing
of
is,
Pogba.
You
when
think
know,
Deschamps is buying into all that?
I don't think
I don't
it's the
think so.
brand.
I think everyone buys into that with Pogba because we all know he's got ability.
Yeah.
But if you're really being honest,
No, it's his ability. The thing is,
no. Hold on.
Let me get
Hold on. We all know Pogba's got the ability, but if you're really being honest, how often do you see him produce that ability
Well, he turned up in the
to the
World Cup
level,
final.
No.
to the level needed for him to continuously
But you know what it is?
be picked?
That hope that ability is going to come out is so strong that he gets picked every time because they're hoping that comes out.
So basically, we're picking him based on hope and not what he's actually performing.
Based on yes,
Nah,
partly.
nah.
The thing is, yeah. So okay, look at Alexis for example. Yeah, at United, sorry, Arsenal was flying. At United, he's not flying, but you know what he can do on his day. So you pick him because at any given day he
Pick
can
him,
produce.
pay him £500,000
Same thing
a
with
week.
Pogba.
But he got dropped yesterday. Sanchez got dropped.
He was playing yesterday.
No, he come off the bench.
he come off the
Yeah,
bench.
he's still
But he
playing.
was injured when he with
Cool.
Brighton.
But yeah, basically to round up, who do we think is actually going to finish higher in the league this year?
Well, Spurs
I
and
think
Out
United.
of Spurs and United.
Based on current form, it's Spurs.
Do we think Spurs can actually push,
For the league.
or do you think later on in the season it's
Can I say
gonna-
something about Spurs? Spurs have got a very good first 11.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it's not too great.
And this is my point. Do you think later on in the season it's just going to
They're gonna have to sacrifice something. Is it the Champions League? Probably because they're not winning that. What they need to concentrate on, like, I think they should forget about top four for a minute. They need to concentrate on winning the trophy.
Yeah, well, FA Cup is there.
FA Cup, they should have got that last year. They had us in the
Okay.
semi-final.
If Spurs don't win a trophy this season, I don't want to hear nothing from
Yeah.
any Tottenham fans at all.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
I mean-
To be totally honest, but yeah, that wraps up that debate segment. We're going to come back now. Don't forget to use the hashtag TeamTalkOnline. We're going to come back now and have the start, sub, and sell. Very good one this week. Welcome back again. Team Talk Online. Hashtag Team Talk Online. Team Talk Football Show. Now we're going to get into the start, sub, and sell segment, which is like everyone's favourite bit. This week we have Eden Hazard, Alexis Sanchez, and Antoine Griezmann. Start, sub, and sell. Who wants to start this one off?
Go on, mate.
I'm starting.
Isn't it obvious?
Starting Hazard.
Starting
Subbing
Hazard.
Griezmann. I'm setting Alexi.
Wow. Is the reasons behind...
He plays for my team and I've not seen him do anything which
Okay.
justifies.
Is this based on... Oh, so this is all based on form? Current form?
Yeah.
But if we were to just be based off...
What, general overall
Let's say
ability?
overall abilities and players playing at their peaks.
Then I'd start him, bench
Start.
Hazard, and sell Griezmann.
Okay. Interesting.
Alright, so what, based on everyone at their peak?
Yeah, based on everyone, not form, because form is temporary.
Alright, so at their peak, I'm gonna sell Griezmann because I think he's the worst out of the three, and I think he's highly overrated.
Okay, we're going to get to that. Go
Yeah,
on.
I'm gonna start. Probably at his peak, I'll probably start Sanchez.
Start Sanchez.
Yeah, because Sanchez is he's a dog. He's a fighter. Like you know what I mean?
Are we agreeing it was his peak when he was at Arsenal? Were we saying that, or Barca?
You know, it's,
Who did you look buying from? Was it Barca?
Barca.
yeah.
I think his first two seasons, maybe his second season even more, he carried Arsenal.
So that season when he
Yeah.
done that dummy against West Ham.
Like
Is that
Arsenal were
that-
looking
that
to him.
season, yeah.
Like he was our get out of jail card.
yeah.
Like
I'm starting.
give the ball to Sanchez and hope for a miracle.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna sub Hazard.
Sub Hazard. Okay, this whole Griezmann is overrated.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because I just don't see what other people see in him.
Do you see that in big moments in Champions League, La Liga, even Europa League?
World Cups.
That World Cups, he shows up for his team.
Yeah, he shows up, but ability wise, technically, he's not that great to me. Like I don't even know what his best position is. Like I was arguing before, is he a striker or is he in midfield? Like I don't.
So would you even put him in the same like level as Hazard and Sanchez, or would you put him in like a tier below,
I'll put him at a close tier below.
a close tier below?
Close tier below.
Right.
I don't put it this way. I don't think Griezmann can be your star go-to player.
Even though he's been doing it for Atletico Madrid.
Seasons.
No, I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
You just think he's overrated. That's
I
it.
just think he's overrated.
Oh well, if you think he's
I
overrated.
don't. Nah, man.
So you're selling him,
I'm selling.
getting rid,
I'm selling.
free
And
transfer.
he's bare short as well.
So Sanchez. So Sanchez. And Hazard.
And Hazard.
All three of them are.
Yeah, but he's short.
So who did you say you're going to go for? Sanchez.
Yeah, in their peak, Sanchez, start. Nah, you know what? Start Sanchez, bench Griezmann, drop Hazard. And that's simply
Sell-
because...
sell Hazard.
Sell Hazard. And that's simply because big game moments, I know Griezmann turns up. I've seen Hazard go missing in big game moments. And that's what you want from your big players. Them players who are going to carry over the line to get the titles. Your La Ligas or your Premierships, your FA Cups, your World Cups, Europas. That's what you need. Hazard's been there too many times and folded.
So do you buy into this whole Hazard being certified world class player?
No.
I don't.
No.
No. He's what on the same tier as Messi and Ronaldo.
No, I wouldn't say that. No, that's
Because people are putting him in that tier.
no. I don't think anyone puts them.
No.
I don't think anyone
That's-
puts anyone on.
They're not
that
even on
tier.
a tier. They're floating. Somewhere.
Yeah, but like, obviously, people like to say that Hazard is world class. That's not my opinion. That's
I don't
popular.
think he's
That's
world-class.
popular opinion.
What? I don't think. You know what? I don't think there's many, if any, world class attacking players. I think if they're going to have any world class players, I think they're defenders.
Do you think they're defenders?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So at their peaks now, we're both putting
Sanchez.
Sanchez as your start,
Yeah.
and then you both differ in opinion. So
Yeah, I'm going
Griezmann,
Griezmann.
sub, Hazard sub.
and sell Hazard.
Okay, cool. Well, guys, let us know what you think your let us know what your start, sub, and sell are, and just use the hashtag TeamTalkOnline. And yeah, we'll be back now. We'll be back again in about 1 minute with the weekend fixtures. Team Talk Football Show, hashtag TeamTalkOnline. Now we're going to quickly look at the weekend fixtures and our predictions. First game we're going to start off with Leicester Liverpool, the midday kickoff Saturday. So tough game away to Leicester for Liverpool.
Leicester missing Jamie Vardy suspension.
Yep, no Jamie Vardy.
Okay.
So yeah, what we saying about that?
I'm going for Liverpool win.
Liverpool win convincingly or
3-1.
3-1.
3-1, I can see.
3-1, yeah.
I do think that this game will give Liverpool the most trouble, even without Vardy, only because there's so much pace in that Leicester attack. So I do feel like they will concede.
Yeah, but that I mean, Liverpool got a lot of pace all around.
I know,
and in their defence.
But any time that Liverpool have, like this season, they haven't really come up against a high press and with pace as well.
Yeah.
Someone who from front to back, and obviously Vardy's a big miss. Front to back is within seconds. They haven't really come up against that.
True.
And I do feel like Liverpool will fall in there.
I don't think they'll struggle.
You don't think they'll struggle in the match at all?
Nah.
Away?
I don't.
No.
Who have they had this season so far?
They've had West Ham and Brighton.
And
West
someone
Ham,
else.
Brighton.
They won 3 games.
Can't remember who else Liverpool have had.
West Ham.
I'm sure someone at home will let us know.
Yeah, but no, I don't see them struggling. To be fair.
You don't think so? No. So convincing win.
2-0.
2-0. Cardiff at home to Arsenal. You know,
It's a sweet one.
some might say this should be just a sure thing for Arsenal, but is there ever really a sure thing?
There's nothing sure about Arsenal right now.
Yeah.
So
Are we saying this is the game where Aubameyang finally breaks his duck for the season?
I hope so. I hope so.
Even if he doesn't, I don't think it's the be-all and end-all.
I'll be forgetting that Welbeck has more goals than Aubameyang, and like
I'll be forgetting this over the course of the season. It's not going to
I
happen.
don't care.
What do you think about Chelsea Bournemouth? Chelsea at home to Bournemouth.
Chelsea 3-4-0.
Easy
3-4-0. Morata. Obviously, he scored a goal.
Yeah.
But do we see him finally putting in the performances as well, or do we see that Giroud might get the call up?
Do you know what? I like Giroud.
I think Giroud will, because Giroud plays well with Hazard.
Yeah, they got
That
really good
1-2
partnership.
combination. So
Yeah.
I reckon they should stick with that. I don't. Morata will be gone next season. Though.
I think so.
Yeah.
Is it a Chelsea win?
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, easy Chelsea win.
Yeah, Chelsea win all day.
Okay, cool. Obviously, United lost 3-0. Currently, very low on morale, very low on everything
In
possible.
turmoil.
In turmoil.
We've been in
You guys are away to Burnley.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that one.
Do you think this is going to be another, woeful day
I mean,
with
Yeah, I
press
can't- I
conferences
can't
lasting 2 minutes?
I
and-
can't. It was in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
The other one a couple of weeks ago was.
Man said I won 3 championships.
Put some respect
Respect
on my
me.
name.
Respect
No,
me.
I'll put some respect on his name, man. Burnley. I really can't call it.
I can see that getting pear shaped.
I could see it.
Away
I
as
could see
well.
us coming away with
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
them beating us like 1-0 or something.
Yeah, I can see it getting pear
I
shaped.
could see that. Imagine that 4 games.
I don't see how they're going to turn it around in a week. And Mourinho seems pretty low right now.
I mean, if we start off how we started yesterday, just
That's the thing. I don't think United were that bad. No, I thought
We weren't bad. We weren't bad. We
But
weren't bad.
It's that 10-minute period in the second half where
It just went into
and
this
after
like
that-
5 minutes.
And no, but after that, literally,
packed.
you lot were all over
Yeah,
the place.
exactly. It was
All
that
over the
panic
place.
mode again.
And
But
Tottenham just came and made that their new home ground, apparently.
is that what they're saying? First win. Is that what they're saying?
They've been looking for a new home ground. Like,
So that was your tweet, innit? I saw that somewhere. I remember when I saw
apparently,
it. I was just,
don't share with you guys.
yeah, no, they wish. But no, Burnley, I can see it going pear shaped.
Yeah.
I can't even like. I would say yeah, United win, but no.
So you think it's a Burnley win?
1-0, a draw, scrappy draw.
Yeah,
If you had
a
to pick
draw
one.
or 1-0.
Draw,
Yeah,
1-0.
I can see it.
Yeah,
And obviously the guys that beat you lot yesterday,
Spurs.
Tottenham,
The
are
best
playing
team in North
Watford.
London, innit?
Are playing Watford. Say it again.
Best
Best
team
team in
in
North London, innit?
I know they've got the least amount of trophies in North London, but I don't know. But
I'm saying.
Ain't got no trophies.
obviously they're going to play the joint leaders, Watford.
Imagine that.
How do we see that game going?
Imagine
Watford
that.
actually playing well.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
with Deeney and Andre Gay up. Andre
Yeah.
Gay up. Yeah, Andre Gay up front.
I see a draw or a Spurs win.
Yeah, I see us now Spurs win.
Yeah.
Call me like,
I see a 3-2.
call me mad, but I actually see
Watford win.
Watford getting something, like a win. From
Someone was
that win.
talking about them guys to go down. I was
Who,
like,
Watford?
no. I was like, no. I never saw it.
No, okay, cool. Man City, Newcastle.
It's a C win, isn't it?
Man City, easy. We're not looking past.
Bounce back from the
The
Wolves.
draw.
No,
yeah.
you know,
They're going to
Pep's,
slap Newcastle.
Pep's giving them a bollock in midweek.
They're going to
He's gonna come back and
slap
them. Yeah,
Newcastle.
come on.
5?
5.
I can see 5.
Okay, Crystal Palace, Southampton. Graham Souness said earlier in the week that Zaha could play
For Real Madrid. Ah, no.
Could play for Real Madrid.
Ah,
Lost
no.
it still.
Yeah, no, whatever.
He's lost his marbles.
Yeah.
But is it Palace at home?
Palace at home to Southampton.
Palace win.
Palace win.
Palace win.
Quickly, on Wilfred Zaha. How close is he, or do you think he's still got a long way to go before he can actually make that move? Like a
Top 6.
Yeah, top 16. Because obviously he went to United, but
Yeah,
it's a bit too early.
that was with Moyes.
Yeah,
though.
a bit
That was
too
a
early
different.
and
If he
under
was
Moyes.
with Fergie, it'd have been a different case. But it was with Moyes. So
But how far do we feel like he needs?
I think he's close because if you think about Arsenal, you reckon he can get to Arsenal's first team now?
he's better than Iwobi.
Do you think he can get to Spurs first team? Yeah.
Do you think
Arsenal's,
you think he should have made the move this summer, or do you think one more season? And
I mean,
How old is he now?
I think it's what 23.
he's about
23 still.
young.
24.
No,
He has
he's
time.
older than
He ain't
that.
23.
No,
He's
he
older
can't
than
be.
that. Get the Googles up. I'm sure he's about. He might be hitting 25, man.
Yeah,
To be fair, I think Zaha's ready now.
I think so.
you think he's ready now?
I think, but he'll be a squad player in the top 16.
For who? For City, yeah. For United, yeah.
Chelsea,
For Chelsea, yeah. But for Arsenal, Tottenham, and
for Tottenham,
Liverpool.
even Liverpool, yeah.
it will still start.
No, he's not starting for Liverpool.
Do
Over
you think
who?
he starts for Liverpool?
Over who? Over Mane?
True.
Over
you're
Salah?
right. No, you're right. Still, you're right. Bench for Liverpool.
He's a squad player for all the top 6 teams.
Well, for Arsenal,
But what's your starting lineup? He's better than Iwobi. So if Iwobi's
Yeah,
your starting
yeah.
11, then he's starting.
Okay, cool. West Ham Wolves. Obviously, West Ham still haven't won, but
I feel for them.
they've actually played well in
Yeah, because
patches.
like I said, last against you lot, they played. You know, they should have.
I think West Ham are going to win.
West Ham are going to
I
win.
can't see them just going 4 games without doing nothing.
West Ham Wolves, but Wolves play really, really good football.
I know, but
and West Ham leave space for you to actually dominate games. West Ham aren't the team to dominate possession.
Yeah,
I see a draw.
They like to hand over possession, and Wolves are really, really good in possession.
But for the simple fact that they've lost 3 on a trot, I just see them just getting one out
Yeah,
here.
but you can't.
Okay.
But you know, it
That's-
works. It works.
It's a super way to look at it, but that's
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. It's like something has to change.
yeah, like
but
mentally,
yeah, but
this has to be the game where they just break through.
So, are we saying West Ham win?
I'm saying West Ham.
I'm saying a draw.
Oh, draw and West Ham win. Okay, last game we're going to talk about Everton Huddersfield.
I'm like Theo.
Everton. He's on it, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Theo's
Theo.
doing.
He looks like he can play football now.
Yeah.
Do you think you should go back to Arsenal now?
No,
No, press a step back.
you're
But,
good where you are, Theo. You're good where you are.
Everton, Arsenal, win, draw.
Everton,
Arsenal.
I mean, so Everton Huddersfield.
Everton,
Everton,
yeah,
man.
I say
Everton win. Okay, guys, thank you, Michael. Love for coming.
Cheers, man. Thanks for having me.
Yes, love for coming.
No worries, man.
Don't forget to use the hashtag TeamTalkOnline and let us know all your thoughts and all your comments and all your feedback. Obviously, you can catch more of Youths on
Meet us after 7
Meet Us After 7 podcast
on iTunes and SoundCloud
on iTunes, SoundCloud.
every Sunday.
You can catch Mike O every now and then on the Counter Attack podcast. Hashtag on the counter say on the Counter Attack. So, Mike O, thank you, guys. Team Talk Online. We out for another week.